Why most men get attraction wrong. If I told you that there were two simple words that could completely shift the way women look at you, would you believe me? These aren't magic words, but when they are spoken with real confidence and honest intention, they have the ability to change everything. Stay with me for a moment and I'll show you exactly how to use them in a way that feels completely natural and incredibly powerful. Imagine for a second that your words alone could completely change how a woman sees you. Words so basic yet so strong that they leave a lasting impression on her mind long after the conversation ends. Now think about this. Most men ignore these words not because they are difficult or confusing, but because they never truly understood how much influence they actually carry in every interaction they have. And today, on the Stoic Heart, I'm going to lay it all out for you in a clear and simple way. We're talking about a small phrase that, when used correctly, instantly separates you from every other guy she meets. This is not about tricks, lines, or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about adopting a mindset that naturally attracts women because it shows strength without forcing anything or trying to impress artificially. These two words carry a different kind of power, not the type that pressures anyone or tries to manipulate them, but the kind that creates respect, interest, and real admiration. And the best part is that these words are already in your daily vocabulary. You've used them before. You just never use them with full intention, with real presence behind them, and that's what I'm going to teach you in this video. Before we move ahead, I want one quick favor from you. If this content feels helpful and you want more videos that improve your confidence and communication with women, hit the like button and subscribe to The Stoic Heart. It's a small action on your side, but it helps the channel grow and ensures these kinds of insights keep coming your way. So, can I trust you with that? Good. Now, let's get straight to the point and break down what makes these two words so effective and how they can completely shift the way you show up around women. Let's start with where most guys go wrong. Picture this for a moment. You're talking to a woman, and instead of being direct about what you prefer, you say something like, "Whatever you like," or "I'm okay with anything." On the surface, it seems polite and easygoing, but here's the real issue. This kind of response doesn't show confidence. When you avoid being clear or avoid making a decision, you're sending a message that you're unsure of yourself, and uncertainty is one of the quickest ways for a woman to lose interest. Women naturally feel drawn to men who know what they want and aren't scared of saying it. Another common mistake is being overly agreeable. Always placing her preferences above your own might look thoughtful at first, but it often backfires. Why? Because it gives off the vibe that you're trying too hard to please. Stoic wisdom and emotional control show that when a man is calm and grounded in himself, he is magnetic without trying, and that can easily feel lacking when you're too flexible or too eager to please. The truth is, by being too unsure or overly accommodating, you unintentionally lower your own presence. Instead of showing up as someone confident and grounded, you fade into the background. But the good news is that this is something you can change immediately, starting right now. So let's uncover the heart of all of this, the two simple words that can fully transform how women respond to you. Those words are, "I want." At first glance, they may seem very ordinary, but when spoken with intention and clarity, they hold more power than most men realize. "I want" isn't just a phrase, it's a clear statement of intention. It shows that you're aware of your desires and confident enough to express them openly. It's the kind of communication women actually want to hear, even if they don't admit it out loud. This level of clarity is attractive because it shows decisiveness, and decisiveness stands out in a time when many people hesitate, overthink, or hide their true thoughts. Think about it. When you say, "I want," you're eliminating confusion and guessing. You are directly expressing what's on your mind in a way that's both bold and respectful. This isn't about demanding anything or controlling the situation. It's about showing that you are comfortable with yourself, comfortable with your choices, and willing to take the lead when needed. When a woman hears, "I want," she feels a sense of direction from you. It signals strength, confidence, and purpose. It shows that you know what you're looking for and you're willing to go after it. And it's not just the words themselves, it's the energy behind them. The calmness, the certainty, and the honesty behind that statement create an emotional impact that most men never tap into. You might wonder how something so simple can make such a difference. The answer is that most people are afraid to speak with clarity. Many hesitate, overthink, and second guess every move. So when someone comes along who speaks with real intention, it stands out immediately. But learning the words is just step one. The real transformation happens when you learn how to use them naturally in everyday interactions. Asking someone out, expressing your preferences, sharing your goals, these are all moments where I want can reshape how people respond to you. So let's talk about how to bring this into your daily life in a smooth and confident way. Let's start with approaching women. Picture yourself meeting someone you find attractive. Instead of saying something vague like, if you want, maybe we could hang out sometime, imagine looking at her with calm confidence and saying, I want to take you to dinner this Friday. The difference is huge. The second line is clear, intentional, and confident. It leaves no confusion about what you're asking for and shows that you've made a choice instead of waiting for her to decide everything. Now, let's talk about building interest. Instead of waiting endlessly for the perfect moment or hiding your interest behind hints, be direct in a respectful way. For example, I want to get to know you better. How about we grab a coffee this week? This is not just direct, it's genuine. Women, the psychology behind the two words, appreciate this type of clarity because it removes the guessing games and makes them feel safe and respected. They know what you're thinking and where you stand. Now take this into relationships. Whether you're starting something new or already in something steady, I want can help you express your feelings without confusion. Instead of saying, whatever you want is fine, try something like, I want to spend more time with you this weekend. Let's plan something together. This shows that you value the relationship and you're willing to take initiative. It also helps create a balanced dynamic where you bring ideas and direction instead of always letting her steer everything alone. But remember, it's not just about the words, it's also about your tone. When you use I want, speak in a calm and steady voice. Confidence doesn't need to be loud or forceful, it just needs clarity. And if she has a different idea, or if she can't commit to your suggestion, don't take it personally. Respond with ease. You can say something like, no problem, what works better for you? This shows maturity and flexibility without losing your sense of direction. And this is where you stand out from other men. What makes this approach powerful is that you can use I want in big situations like asking someone out or small everyday moments like choosing where to go or what to do. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. And as it becomes natural, people start responding to you differently. They see you as someone who knows themselves and communicates with honesty. So here's what I want you to understand deeply. I want isn't just about getting what you want. It's about speaking with intention. It's about creating connection through clarity. When you use these words with real thoughtfulness, you'll attract more interest, more respect, and more attention. And more importantly, you'll start to feel more confident in your own voice, and that is the beginning of real transformation. But there's something important we need to talk about. While I want is powerful, how you use it matters just as much. Confidence can be misunderstood as arrogance when the delivery is off, and that's something you want to avoid completely. When you say, I want, your goal should not be to control the direction or dominate the moment. Confidence is knowing what you want and expressing it in a calm way. Arrogance is ignoring the other person's perspective. The difference is in your tone, your attitude, and the intention behind your words. For example, imagine saying, I want us to go out this weekend. If you say it with pressure or entitlement, it feels demanding. But if you say it with calm energy, it feels warm and inviting. That's the balance. Firm but open. Directional but considerate. And let's finish the sentence you left hanging. If she says she's busy or suggests another option, instead of pushing back, you keep it easy by saying, that's okay. What works better for you? This shows her that you are confident but not rigid. You have direction, but you're also open. You know what you want, but you respect her schedule and perspective too. That mix, clarity, and openness is one of the most attractive communication styles a man can have. It makes a woman feel safe, respected, and drawn in at the same time. The more you communicate like this, the stronger your presence becomes. When you consistently use clarity instead of hesitation, something changes inside you too. You stop shrinking yourself. You stop holding back. You stop waiting for permission to speak or act. And when a man stops waiting for permission, everything in his love life improves. Women notice it immediately. They feel the difference. They feel the confidence, the direction, the calm strength. So start using these two words with intention. Use them lightly, naturally, and honestly. And watch how people begin responding to you with more interest and more respect. More. The phrase is simple, the shift is huge, and the impact can change your connection with women forever. Using I want shows you respect her choices while still keeping your own confidence steady. Using I want is not only about saying what you prefer, it also gives the other person space to keep their dignity while staying honest and clear. It naturally encourages her to respond in the same open way. This isn't just attractive, it becomes the base for a connection built on mutual respect. Another thing you should remember is that your tone shapes the whole mood of the moment. A warm, relaxed, and steady tone will always work better than something rushed or tense. The goal is to show that you are self-assured, not controlling. Confidence becomes attractive because it feels safe and grounded, not because it pushes over someone else. And always remember that saying, I want, is simply about expressing your preferences. It shows that you're intentional and thoughtful. It shows that you can make choices without being rigid. By using this idea, you're not only making your intentions clear, but you're also opening the door for meaningful and honest communication. The main point is this: real confidence doesn't mean ignoring someone else's needs. It means respecting both your desires and hers. When you find that balance, you not only stand out, but also build connections that feel stronger and more genuine. All right, now it's time to use this in your real life. I'm challenging you to start saying the phrase, I want, at least 5 times a day for the next week. It might seem simple, but the effect is huge. I'm not asking you to say it randomly. I want you to use it on purpose. Whether you're making plans with friends, talking to women, or even handling everyday situations, use I want to express what you desire clearly and calmly. When you do this, you will quickly start to see how this small shift changes the way people respond to you. At the beginning, you might feel a bit awkward or unsure, but trust me, that's normal. It's not about being perfect from day one. It's about pushing yourself to be more clear, more decisive, and more confident with your words. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. After some time, you'll notice that people treat you differently. You'll receive more respect, and they'll see you as someone who knows what they want and isn't scared to express it. Women especially will find this type of clarity and self-belief extremely attractive. You won't be the person who waits quietly for permission or approval anymore. You'll be the person who takes initiative and makes things move forward. And that alone changes the whole game. It's not just about saying the words, it's about building a new mindset. When you use I want consistently, you start to feel more powerful in every area of life. In social situations, work environments, or relationships, you'll notice how people are naturally drawn to you because you're showing confidence and direction. So here's the challenge again for the next week. Use I want at least 5 times a day. Pay attention to how you feel. Watch how people respond to you. You'll soon realize that something so small can make a huge difference in the way you carry yourself and how others look at you. I promise that by the end of the week, you'll feel more in control and more confident. And once you feel the shift happen, you'll understand exactly why this method works so well. So start today, use it, and see the changes yourself. Now, let's wrap up everything we talked about. The 2 words we focused on, I want, are a complete game changer in the way you present yourself. They show confidence, clarity, and decisiveness. These aren't just random words. They express who you are and what you stand for. They show that you're not afraid to go after what you desire, and that you're strong enough to lead without hesitation. It's not about being selfish or ignoring other people. It's about being direct, steady, and confident. The power of using I want is that it doesn't only help you get what you prefer, it creates space for open communication and real respect from both sides. And once you practice this, you'll see a major shift in how people respond to you. Here's what matters now. Don't just finish this video and forget everything. It's time for action. Start using I want in your daily conversations. Use it when you make plans, when you express what you need, and when you talk to people you care about. Watch how it changes the quality of your interactions. You already have everything needed to make a strong impact. The next step is yours. Use I want at least 5 times a day for the next 7 days. Track your changes and notice how people react. You will definitely feel the difference in their tone, their respect, and your own confidence. And after you try this for a week, come back and share your experience. Before you leave, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below and tell me how you plan to use I want this week. I'm genuinely curious about how you'll apply it in your life. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the Stoic Heart. When you do that, you support the content and help me keep bringing you more useful insights. So take a second now to comment, like, and subscribe. Keep practicing. And remember this, the more confident you become in expressing your desires, the more respect and attraction you will naturally attract. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video on the Stoic Heart.